Alrighty then, it's time to talk about Monday Night Raw, folks, here on the Chase Oliver channel. It's been a while since I've done a Raw review, so I apologize if I'm a little bit rusty. I am changing up the Raw review. I'm not going to talk about every single thing that I witnessed here on Monday Night Raw. I find that really boring because a lot of the stuff that we see on Monday Night Raw is stuff that we see on the pay-per-views, or we see on SmackDown, or that we saw last week on Raw. So I'm just going to talk about the plot points that I saw from this week's episode of Monday Night Raw and give you my overall thoughts about it. Anyways, let's get started with this week's review. It seems like the WWE may be going down the multi-man route when it comes down to the Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania, which surprises me a little bit. I mean, it seems like Dolph Ziggler will be in the mix. We all know Ambrose and Barrett are going to be in the mix. But the guy that shocks me the most is R-Truth. R-Truth? Really? Is Little Chris still here? I don't think R-Truth is a guy that we all want to see as Intercontinental Champion. Apparently, the people do want to see R-Truth as Intercontinental Champion because hashtag give Truth a shot, or give Truth a chance, actually, was trending worldwide on Twitter for a moment. So, I'm just saying, man, like, really, to be honest, if we're going to go a multi-man route for the Intercontinental title and you want to do a fatal four-way, have it where it's a bunch of young blood in there. Instead of having R-Truth in there, throw in Luke Harper. I mean, what in the heck has Luke Harper been doing? Keep in mind, people, I haven't watched Raw in 3 weeks, so I don't know what Luke Harper is doing on television. So what is he doing where he can't be added to this IC title mix? I mean, the dude's a former Intercontinental Champion. I'm just saying, but it should be interesting, kind of, to see what the WWE is going to be doing with this Intercontinental Championship. You know, what's the point of having Tyson Kidd and Cesaro as a tag team? Oh, that's right, to build up a Natalia versus freaking Naomi feud. Whoop-de-doo. Because I so want to see that feud after what I witnessed the Divas do later in the night. The Divas only had a 30-second match tonight. For anyone that is trying to defend the fact that there is a Natalia versus Naomi feud, I give you Paige and Emma versus the Bella Twins tonight. It just shows that the WWE doesn't even care about their Divas division. So why are these women on the roster? Why do you even write for them if you're not going to put any effort into these storylines whatsoever? Seriously, that Bella Twins and Paige Emma match was just a waste of my time. It just really was. And it doesn't get me excited that they're trying to build up a Naomi versus Natalia storyline because it's going to end up as crappy as the current Paige and the Bella Twins storyline. It's good to see that the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is coming back for this year's WrestleMania. My only problem with it is that already I am kind of upset because Miz and Mizdow are going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm fine with my boy Ryback being in the Battle Royal because if he can't feud with Rusev at WrestleMania and it doesn't seem like there's anyone else for Ryback to feud with, might as well throw him in the Battle Royal and have him have a strong showing there. But when it comes down to Miz and Mizdow, that just makes me upset that they're going to be in this Battle Royale because Miz and Mizdow, this feud right here could be a good second to third match on this year's WrestleMania card. So I don't know why the WWE is going to waste their time and have the inside of the Battle Royale. I really do feel like they have something going with Mizdow here, Sandow, whatever you want to call him. I really do feel like they have something going with this guy, and I feel like the right time to turn him is at WrestleMania. I don't think the right time to turn him is after WrestleMania. Sure, you could do it the night after WrestleMania and the fans are going to go ballistic because that's a smarky-ass crowd, but at the end of the day, more eyes are on the product during WrestleMania season. You want to get people keep being interested in this Damien Mizdow character. So why not set up a feud between them now? Why have them in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale? I'm not against the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. It gets guys on the roster, it gets guys on the pay-per-view. They get a WrestleMania payday. I'm all happy when guys and girls can get paid at WrestleMania, baby. But I am just kind of upset that Miz and Mizdow are going to be wasted. You know, instead of them having a one-on-one singles match like they should at WrestleMania, they're going to be wasted inside of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. It seems what they're trying to do with the Goldust and Stardust feud is that they are going to have it where Stardust loses a bunch of matches and then presumably at the go-home show or at WrestleMania itself, Cody Rhodes will return on our TV screens, which I will like a lot. because I am sick and tired of seeing Cody Rhodes come out and do weird things. I miss the old Cody Rhodes. I get it, a lot of you like Stardust, but I don't like Stardust because Stardust doesn't make Cody Rhodes into a star. Cody Rhodes himself, under this new heel persona, whatever he's going to be portraying after this feud is done with, that's going to make him into a star. So the sooner I get Cody Rhodes back on my television set, the better. Every time I hear Bray Wyatt talk about The Undertaker, my interest in this feud keeps getting lower and lower and lower, just like The Undertaker losing at WrestleMania 31 last year. Every time I hear Bray Wyatt talking his mumbo jumbles, talk about how he is the new face of fear, I lean back into my chair in these reviews and I fall straight to sleep. Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker is not a feud I want to see. Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker should have happened last year. Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker happening in a casket match at WrestleMania 31 just seems like the most disinteresting thing I've ever seen. What's that, sister? That's right. I am the new face of fear. I am. Because Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker sounds like a mighty mean poop break for me at WrestleMania. If there is one thing that I liked about the John Cena and Rusev feud tonight, was this. Rusev said no to John Cena in a rematch at WrestleMania. Thank God there is finally an opponent John Cena is facing where they have the common sense to think, maybe I should just say no to this idiot. Why should I say yes to this guy? I mean, every single time it seems like John Cena loses to someone, John Cena comes out, cuts the usual C Nation promo like, hey, C Nation, you and I, we in it together, never give up. I'll challenge this guy again, and I'll kick his ass just for you guys, and stuff like that. And then the person comes out and says, John, I'll kick your ass again, just like I did at this last event. Let's have a match again. But Rusev, he was just like, screw you, Cena. You nothing to me, dog. I already beat you. You have to earn your respect back from me. And I love that. It actually made John Cena feel less of a person. It makes John Cena feel like he is just bigger than everyone else. It just made John Cena feel a little bit smaller. And that's something I can relate to in John Cena. Wanting something so bad, but can't get it because that person is not allowing you to. Great stuff with John Cena and Rusev tonight. I didn't really like the whole promo segment, but when Rusev said no to John Cena, I had to give it 2 thumbs up because when is the last time someone said to John Cena, no, I don't want to wrestle you? You know, when watching Cockfist, Daniel Bryan and Paul Heyman's segment tonight, I actually liked it. I actually thought it was a good segment between these 3 men. But what I didn't like is what the WWE was trying to do with Cockfist in this situation. It was almost like they were setting up Cockfist to be the heel. That's what they were trying to do. In my opinion, they were like making it seem like Cockfist was such a bad person. I mean, first you have Daniel Bryan come out there and start kissing his ass and saying like, you're like one of the most big men that I respect in this business. You have the heart, the drive, and the determination just like me. I wouldn't tag team with anyone else but you in the world, Roman. And then freaking pulls out his hand, which, you know, that's a good promo segment for Daniel Bryan to cut. I like what he said on the microphone, but it just came off as Daniel Bryan is trying to do damage control, saying, hey guys, you shouldn't boo this guy because Daniel Bryan is giving the seal of approval on Cockfist. And then you have it where Paul Heyman comes out and he's like making the situation worse. He's having it where he's like, I'll take Roman Reigns over freaking Bruno Sammartino. I'll take Roman Reigns over 1998 Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'll take Roman Reigns over The Rock. I'll take Roman Reigns over 2000 Triple H. I'll take Roman Reigns over John Cena any day. Just saying that Roman Reigns is unstoppable and stuff. And it's like, no. This is not what you should be doing. You should just make it where Roman Reigns is a badass. Why is it that you have to do so much damage control for Cockfist? I get it. A lot of fans still don't like the Cockfist. I don't know why, but they just don't like him. But having it where Daniel Bryan's coming out and like kissing his ass, and then having it where Paul Heyman's cutting this promo, trying to make Cockfist seem like he's one of the biggest superstars of all time, which we clearly all know he isn't, is not helping him. It just made me feel like they were trying to make him into a heel. I liked this segment overall. I felt they did a good job with it. It just came off as like they were trying to plant the seeds that, ooh, Cockfist, baby, he might turn heel on you guys at WrestleMania. I don't want to see that. Just have it where Roman Reigns, aka the Cockfist, just do what he did tonight, cut on the microphone, leave all this kiss ass by Daniel Bryan out of the way, leave all this Paul Heyman talk about how Cockfist is greater than all these other superstars to the side. Just Have it where the focus is Cockfist and Brock Lesnar, and why Cockfist can't overcome Brock Lesnar. That's all. The Sting video package was something good. I think it was a useful thing for the WWE to do, mainly because, let's just face it, Sting is an older talent, and when it comes down to it, not a lot of the fan base know a lot about Sting. Let's just be real here. A lot of you guys, you know the name of Sting. You probably watch some Sting in TNA, but a lot of you guys probably don't watch some of Sting's old stuff in WCW. Like, you've heard about the Crow Sting, you've heard about the NWO, you heard about Sting in the early 90s, but you never really watched any of it. So it's kind of cool that WWE made a nice little video package for Sting just to, educate the audience more about this character, because let's face it, like I said, most of the audience today probably don't even remember Sting or know what he has done in the past. So Randy Orton returned on Raw tonight, and he kicked off the show, and he kicked it off beautifully, telling that he wasn't going to give us a 20-minute promo segment. He just wanted to kick Seth Rollins' ass, and then all of a sudden out comes the Authority, and they're trying to welcome Randall Keith Orton back in their arms, like smart businessmen should. Because Randy Orton is the hottest superstar in the company right now. He's the man of that company. He is the face of the WWE. So, of course, you should have it where Randy Orton should be in your Authority faction. That would be dumb of you if you didn't try to invite him back. And you know what? They said we will have a business deal. Randy Orton said he would accept business. Then you have it where Randy Orton is talking to Seth Rollins later in the night. Seth Rollins is asking with his little tiny penis, "Hey man, are we cool?" And Orton's like, "Oh no, we ain't cool yet, Seth. I'm still mad. But right now, I just want to make sure I prove a point that I should have been in the Royal Rumble and the main event of WrestleMania," which Randy Orton should be. Randy Orton should be in the main event of WrestleMania, and I was really disappointed that a lot of you guys did not join in the hashtag Orton movement to get Randy Orton into the main event of WrestleMania 31. Come on, guys. We allowed a farm animal to main event WrestleMania 30 last year. Why can't we let a real man like Randall Keith Orton main event WrestleMania 31? Hashtag Orton movement. But what I did like was the main event tag team match tonight. Cockfist and the Farm Animal taking on Randall Keith Orton and Seth Rollins. This was a good tag team main event to me. It felt fresh. It felt unique. You have the baby faces go over here in a nice way that's building up to Seth Rollins and Randy Orton. You have it where Randy Orton is not snapping just yet, which is good stuff. I know a lot of people are probably disappointed, like, they bring Orton back and he's doing the same boring shit. Like, what the fuck? Okay, look, guys, WrestleMania is like 4 weeks away. Be patient with this one. WWE is actually trying to tell a story with this one. They're trying to show that Randy Orton is trying to do what's best for business, and that's sticking with the Authority, and he's not trying to ruffle any feathers. Randy Orton's trying to show he's a team player. He's trying to show he's a good guy, and they're trying to set up where Seth Rollins does something to piss you off to no end, and you get satisfaction when you see Randy Orton finally kick the living shit out of Seth Rollins. That's what they're trying to build here, is trying to get you to that satisfaction where you're saying, fuck yeah, fuck you, Seth. Randy Orton just kicked your ass in the middle of the ring. That's what they're trying to do, which is great. When has the WWE ever thought of doing this storytelling? They barely do it anymore. We can't just have it where every week Seth Rollins is running away from Randy Orton and Randy Orton's chasing him through the arena and stuff like that. That'll get dull and boring way too fast. It just would. It also feel like the Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins feud that I saw last year. No, WWE's taking their time with this one. They're waiting for the right moment to strike. When they will strike, probably 2 weeks before WrestleMania, and then where Rollins will probably beat up Randy Orton, and then at the go-home show, we will see Randall Keith Orton stand supreme and dominant over Seth Rollins, and where Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins will be changed to a match where the winner will get added to the WWE Heavyweight Championship main event, and then Randy Orton, after he defeats Seth Rollins, he goes on to a triple threat match to defeat Cockfist and Brock Lesnar to become our new WWE Heavyweight Champion. Hashtag Orton movement, people. Do it. Do it now. Overall, Raw night, I wouldn't say it's a good episode. I felt that they did an okay job when it came down to kind of building excitement for WrestleMania. That's what I can honestly say. I'm really liking what they're doing with Orton and Rollins. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm really liking what they're doing with Cena and Rusev. I'm actually interested to see what they're going to do with Cena and Rusev. Hopefully they change stuff around with Cockfist and Lesnar, and I don't care about Bray Wyatt or Taker or any of the other mid-card junk that's going on at WrestleMania. But this Raw, it wasn't a bad episode. I will just say that it was a kind of boring episode with some solid booking that's going on heading towards WrestleMania. But what was your thoughts about this week's edition of Monday Night Raw? Comment down below your thoughts on this show. If you guys like me, give this video a big old thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at ChaseOver68. I'll see y'all next time. Enjoy your day, guys. Peace.